Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's I'm going to be reviewing the Chevy Colorado WT. This is a truck for truck people. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Chevy here in Park City, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.7 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 310 horsepower and then 430 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention that first off, this truck is available for sale if you're looking for a no-frills work truck. And also, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. I post content every single day. Starting with the hood on the new Colorado, it's pretty crazy with all of the body lines and everything that is happening. And then popping down below, you guys can see here with the lights, just halogen lights, again, it's a work truck. And then I love how they've done this on the front end. Now, it doesn't necessarily look the most aesthetically pleasing because there's lots of plastic, but this is super practical. Because this is plastic, right, it's going to be durable, cheap to replace if you need to replace a part, and on top of that, it's not going to show a bunch of rock chips and all of that like paint would. So I think it's really practical. Tow hooks there at the bottom as well. So putting it all together, I still think for a work truck it looks good, but it has a lot of practicality built in with that front end. So around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 255 by 65 by 17 in the front and over in the rear. You can see here a little bit more basic design with the wheels, but again, it's a work truck, so that's what you expect. But good sidewall on the tires. Anyways, I like that line there. You got the mirror caps, which kind of match the trim on the front. Same thing with the door handles. And then also you've got a little 4x4 decal here on the back. And then this truck does utilize leaf springs. Here's kind of a look at those. And then here is the side profile with the Colorado. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We've got the Chevy logo there on the back too. And popping into said back, first off with the tailgate's not dampened, so you do have to lower it down yourself. We do have a ruler here on the back, and then I like how there's protection on the tailgate. And then you guys can see here, no bed liner or anything like that, but that's, I mean, an easy $500 fixes that, no problem. Anyways, lifting up the tailgate, it's pretty light. Chevrolet stamped into the tailgate too, and then I love the taillight design. I think that's pretty cool. Painted bumper. You've got the bumper steps as well. So putting it all together, let me guys think about the looks here with this Colorado work truck. Now taking a look at the door panel. Again, can be more basic with the material use, but easy to clean. And then these seats, they are cloth, but they're that like really rough textured cloth that again is easier to wipe down. So that's a big plus. Now with the seats, you can't just lift them up. You have to pull this little lever here, and then that'll allow you to lift them up for the storage underneath. And then getting into the Colorado is really easy. Legroom back here, pretty typical for a mid-size pickup truck, so it's not, here you go, not super spacious. Got some cup holders here, vents down below. The window in the back is manual for the opening operation. And then headroom, it's good. Now take a look at the front door panel again, pretty basic with the material use. Got all of our window controls here with our mirror adjustments. This quick look at the mirrors. And then this is impressive, 1,675 pounds of payload capacity. And then this one has the wrapping on the seat, but the front seats have that same like durable cloth. And then the seat's manually adjustable. Got your trailer brake controls there, as you can see. And again, gonna be more basic with material use on the dash. Take a look at the steering wheel. I think it's funny that they do like this perforated texture on the sides to make it look like it's a little bit more upscale than it is. This is cool. Anyways, radio controls on the back. We also have practical controls on the front, like your voice command controls. We've got cruise control as well. And then you can see we've got our turn signal windshield wiper stock. Digital gauge cluster in the center, which we can use to change how the screen layout is. So even on this kind of, quote unquote base model, you still have this cool gauge cluster. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel and pretty solid resolution. You also have the tow mode, which is pretty cool. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, we've got this shortcut bar here on the side. Response time with the screen itself is solid. Got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And yes, even on the work truck, you got to turn on the lights with the touchscreen. Got a little volume control there. And then you can see single zone climate. Now down below we have this for our auto stop start, hazard lights, and then lane departure, and then a little kind of like charging area. shifter for that 8-speed. It does have a manual mode, little buttons on the side. And then we just have an advanced 4-wheel drive system, no 2-speed transfer case. Got parking brake, some cup holders, and the center console. I like the trim on top of the hood, it's nice. And then, yeah, pretty good storage in the glove box. And then no center for anything like that. So here's our one sticker for this 2024 Colorado WT. You can see the base MSRP. This does have the Turbo Max added, which is $1,000. You can see the other options added to it. There's your total MSRP, $37,190. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before I set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, and the rear. Let us set off in this work truck. So with this dealership up here in the Park City area, we're at about 7,000 feet elevation, which is cool to test vehicles at because vehicles do perform different. I mean, I can feel it. You know, the valley floors here in Utah are, you know, it depends on the valley you're in, but most of them are around just over 4,000 feet. And so going from 4,000 to 7,000, you do feel a difference. But yeah, the turbocharged engine, it still feels torquey, smooth. It doesn't feel like it's struggling at all at this higher elevation. I will say the suspension with the truck for a work truck is pretty comfortable. This is the bigger, you know, cab and all that. This is actually an interesting configuration because usually when you think of work truck, you think, you know, single cab, long bed, but this is kind of like what most people spec out a non-work truck to be, but in a work truck. So it's interesting. At least I think it's interesting. But yeah, it's super smooth. And I'm not really, I mean, this is downhill, so we'll see when I go back uphill, if I have to get into it a bit more. I think there's a walking trail on the other side. I'm like, why is this person running on the side of the street? Yeah, there's a walking trail. Gosh, not part of the review, but also part of the review. Yeah, not bad. We'll see what the turning radius is kind of like here. Guess we'll see what the suspension can handle. Ah! Hey, there you go. There's our suspension test with this. Cool, that person's turning. Not bad with the turning radius. Wow, good torque. Yeah, it's really strong. That wasn't even like full throttle. It's impressive. So, to cap things off here with this Colorado work truck. This is your no frills truck. This is really all that any of us need when it comes to a pickup truck. I mean, this does need a bed liner. That's the only thing this doesn't have. So add a bed liner and it's everything you need. It's got a tow hitch. It's got good payload. It's got space. I mean, you could use this as a family car. You don't need, you know, modern trucks have just become so luxurious. The leather seats, the heated cold seat function, big sunroofs. You know, this is a pretty big screen given, but you know, the huge screens and you know, all the techie stuff. And it's like, do you really need that? It's like, nah, you just need 4-wheel drive. I mean, it would be cool if this had 4-wheel low, but yeah, you just need 4-wheel drive, a bed, and yeah. And oh, look at that, that's cool. Seeing that canyon toe, because it's the same truck as this. That's cool. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this work truck Colorado, but this, I would say, is the truck to get. It's the no frills truck that really, that's, again, like I said, it's all any of us need.